So on that note, we wanted to show you the beautiful vision boards. The boards came many years ago. We call them essence boards, and they came to me really through, I started creating essence boards in 1968 in New York City, and at the time they were merchandising boards. So the people in the merchandising department would look for me for ideas. And I'd go through all the magazines and I'd say, okay, well, I think, there's this beautiful exhibit at the Met, and the exhibit is about Russia. And so I think we should do some Russian prints, right? And I would put them up on the vision board. And then when I got my first essence words from my teacher, there were 5 of them, and she did them in categories. And then I started saying, well, how do I dress being picturesque? If that's my romantic word, how do I dress being picturesque? Voila. That's how I'm dressed today. My romantic word is picturesque. If I wanted to dress my passive word is to be in vogue, right? My supportive word is soigner, which is to keep a narrow silhouette. So the words help me define who I am. So adding more years onto this, I decided, why don't we create beautiful pictures to go with the words? And then as we started doing work together, some of us have done the Forum, or we've done the University of Santa Monica, and we've grown. We've done all kinds of different trainings. I did some inner child work, and I still have my bear Glimmer. She's with me a lot. She drives sometimes with me to do wardrobes. It's a little bear, all white, and she's about this big. And when I entered the University of Santa Monica, she has her own daily intentions. And sometimes she says to me, Jennifer, you're not having enough fun, so I have to really listen to her. So that's the inner child. So we give you an inner child work. We give you inner male. We even give you the dark side so that we can start having humor. Do you want to know what mine is? I can't wait to tell you. Controlling. You will by this, right? So really being able to laugh at ourselves. So what's happened through the years is now they've expanded to 11 categories of words. And what's exciting is, and I want to honor Anu, my former associate. She said, before I leave, she said, I don't really want to do a winter seminar. You can do that without me. You can get the winters together without me. But she said, my favorite thing that I ever did with you in all my 8 years was my vision board. And my husband has his board, and I have my board. And every day we look at them, and they're the core way that we've decorated our home, that we start understanding ourselves as a couple and as individuals. And so she said, I want to do a vision board. People don't have to have done anything else first. We're going to start these boards, and we're going to give people the sense of who they are, and then see what happens. Because a lot of, when I receive you into my life, in terms of the way that you receive clothing depends on how you've been brought up. I don't know what your mother has taught you. I don't know if beauty was important to her. I don't know if you had competitive brothers and sisters. All I know is that you're in front of me, you're beautiful, and I'm going to dress you the best I can. So what happens with the board is it settles you in on a vibrational level to yourself. And then we found that people can learn more. So would you like to see the boards? No, all the pictures are picked out by the class for them. So they're vibrationally held up right to their face. Because let's say Jane says, I don't really even believe in angels. I don't like angels, and I just want to say that up front, and just the class knows I don't like angels. Well, guess what's on her board is an angel. Because what we're looking to do is go past the human mind, which God bless us, it gets us somewhere in life. But if we can lead with the essence and the heart space, this is where Jane is living now. So this is her board. She's very interesting because she has an autumn eye color, and yet she's a summer because her skin is rose copper. So there's a lot of you. How many in the room have like a Chinese bronze or olive or green eyes? Right, so that leans you toward the warmer part of summer. So this is the iridescent summer, okay?
And iridescent
Mm-mm. It's just the first. It's usually the lightest summer, the very lightest. So it's someone who has sort of the taupe-colored hair. Mm-hmm. So even if you can't, from a distance, you can't necessarily see everything, but can you get the sense of how it's highlighting her face? Mm-hmm. Right, so if she wakes up and every day and looks at this, do you think she would be nurtured to go out in the world and be who she is?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. And can you read any of the words for her? Can you see any of them? She's going to
talk about my...
Wow, I can really hardly see them, actually.
This is delicate for romantic, adorned, embraced, shimmering dreams. It's hard to read them.
Yeah,
all.
shimmering dreams is the dramatic. Is the dramatic.
Embraced and adorned and romantic is delicate. Let's see, playful. This is humorous, playful, goofy. This is my inner male, David Bowie. Interestingly enough, they chose that, and I used to have my hair very white and very short, and in college they all called me David Bowie. When I first moved to LA, I called my mother after a year and I said, it's so different here. Because in Dallas, you had to be in vogue. You were not accepted, you were not cool if you weren't wearing 6 months before it came out in the magazines. You had to be wearing it if you were in fashion, and by the time it came out in the stores, you weren't wearing it anymore. So there was a lot of pressure. After I'd been here in LA for a year, I called my mother and said, you can wear anything you want here and it's okay. But I wore 3 colors, and everybody always complimented me on my clothes. I wore black, white, and red because I only wanted to do 3 loads of laundry. I had no other reason to do that.
Yeah.
No other reason.
That's good.
And when I was gifted a palette by a very good friend of mine, Angel and Peter Evans, good friends of mine, I had no idea. They just said, you've got to do this, and they gifted me a palette, and it was the most amazing thing that ever happened to me in my life because I've always been an artist, but I didn't know what to do with my palette. And so now, when I walk down the street, people are seeing me. They're seeing my beautiful skin, my beautiful hair, my beautiful eyes, and my beautiful shape. I always used to dress like a man. I liked that winter, and I liked the masculine, dress. So anyway, I thank Jennifer and all of you every day for providing the most fun and the most satisfaction for my creative soul. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The way the class is organized, I work for months in advance or weeks or whenever we know that you're enrolled, and I start pulling pictures from you, from hundreds of thousands of pictures, and I have folders. So I say, okay, these are the 20 pictures for your passive energy. Now, we can't stay attached because some of the pictures move around. We don't know where they're going to go. But what happens is it just kind of gets birthed. And everybody's supporting each other. We have people that are supporting each other, gluing it down, and the placement of everything is all done as a team. So this has really helped him build as a wardrobe and be effective as a real estate agent and understand his clients more. So I'll give you, are your words in the back?
No. They're kind of small.
Oh, okay.
I can say them.
Okay.
My braced is regal, supportive is collaborative, spiritual is stalwart, inner female is lioness, dramatic is royal. My humor is random acts of witty. My inner child is carefree. My passive is acumen. My dark side is introspective. My sensual is sleek.
Beautiful.
My romantic is passionate.
That's great. See, the idea is we're giving you something to live from, so that this is the core experience of who you are, because when we go into our closet, sometimes it's a little more random experience, and so the vision board helps you stay true to yourself, is really what we're after with it. So Monica, it was really interesting to see if she was either a summer or a winter, and I hope after today she realizes that she is a winter. So it's a very beautiful board, very keyed because of her eyes being mallard blue, a very different color constellation. Isn't it beautiful? I think the boards are really breathtaking.
There's still the summer temperament in that winter.
Yes. Uh-huh. And that's why she's here. Her husband is a Summer, so as to understand him and also be able to balance their energy in the relationship. So, very beautiful. Yep. Good job. So, any questions before we go on? So we are planning a vision board class. So those of you who feel inspired that want to do it, we'll also do it in a weekend. We've had a woman ask me to do it in Mill Valley, and she flew in from Texas for it. So we do it a Friday and usually a Saturday. It's only been taking us, because I do all the research for you, it's been usually, we start Friday night and finish by Saturday night. If we need Sunday, we take a Sunday as well.